Parapsychology Today, a program of investigation into the realms of the unknown. Suspend your mind for a moment and journey to a world beyond the five senses. Parapsychology Today is a program exploring ideas, theories, and concepts that have been around since ancient times. We'll journey to outer worlds and inner worlds. We'll look into such phenomena as past lives, UFOs, and hauntings. And we'll explore psychic ability as it relates to human potential. We do not intend to prove or persuade, but rather present theories and personal stories of ventures into the world of parapsychology. Whatever your beliefs, we hope this program will start you thinking about a reality beyond the five senses.
Welcome to Parapsychology Today. I'm your host, Pauline Nortness, and I have a nice guest today. Her name is Autumn Darkwood, and she's a certified crystal healer. I love crystals, and of course she does too. She brought a whole bunch with her. Thank you so much, Autumn, for joining me today. Before we get started, look at your, oh my God, I just love this. Isn't that beautiful? That's quartz, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Before we get started talking about your crystals, just give us a little of your background, how you got interested in crystals and what your training is and how you learned how to use them as healing tools.
Yes, so I got into crystals probably around 2012, 2013, kind of when I was in my spiritual journey, basically. I had just moved out of my parents' house. I was trying to find kind of my belonging in the world and my place, and I was just really drawn to crystals when I walked into my first crystal store, and I didn't know any of the metaphysical properties of them or anything like that, but I was just like instantly drawn to them. Like something about them, they were pretty, they felt good in my hands, and so I ended up finding a book. I honestly don't know how I got this book, but I got the Crystal Bible, and it kind of opened my eyes to all the metaphysical properties of crystals and all that they could do and that they could help with, and it really kind of helped me find my place in my spiritual journey when I really needed that support. And so I really was drawn to it at that point, and I just started collecting, and then probably about 7 years ago, I wanted to kind of step it up a little bit further, and I found a course by a really good instructor that I learned to become a certified crystal healer. And then from there was when I was like, okay, I want to take it a step further. I got certified in Reiki to give my hands the gift of Reiki. And then I was like, all right, a step further. So then I became a certified Reiki master teacher.
Which is energy healing.
Yes, which you can use without crystals, but crystals just amplify that energy further.
When you said you put a crystal in your hand and it felt so good, did you feel the energy maybe?
Yes, so I could feel the energy, I could feel like the properties, you know, I could feel when one was higher vibration, when one was more like, for example, like amethyst, it's a more calmer stone.
Pick up your amethyst so we can see it.
Yes, this is the amethyst.
Is it always purple?
Yes, it is. It can be different shades of purple. I have one at home that's really, really light purple. This one's pretty dark, but they're always like a purple shade for amethyst. So beautiful. This is a really calming crystal, you know, and then like something like citrine or selenite, they're very, very high vibrational.
Oh, I think I'm wearing a selenite. It's a high vibrational crystal,
yes.
Right? Now this doesn't need cleaning either, does it?
That's correct, yes. So they're super high vibrational, so they can cleanse themselves, they can cleanse other crystals, they can cleanse your own aura, your own space. So it's a really, really great crystal to have because it's so high vibrational, it doesn't need a lot of maintenance.
And I've got this one supposed to protect you from the electromagnetic fields.
Yes.
That's called
there's a couple different ones that do protect against EMFs. For example, there's one that I had, and it's like, I think it's out of Russia. I cannot remember the name of it right now.
Yeah, that's just lost my name too.
Yes.
I remember selenite.
I used to have it when I worked. I always kept it next to my computer.
Shungite.
Shungite, yes, elite shungite. Yes.
Yeah, I have 3 of them around my computer too.
Yep. And supposedly you can put it in your drinking water too, and it's supposed to filter out impurities as well.
Oh, really?
Yes.
See, I've got a lot of crystals, but I don't know what to do with them.
Yes.
That's why I'm having you here, so you can tell me.
Right.
Okay, so what is a crystal anyway? Is it like a rock?
So the difference between just a plain old rock and a crystal is that a rock is kind of a mixture of like sediments, and it's just like a whole bunch of different things kind of compacted into one. A crystal is formed under like pressure, the conditions have to be just right. It forms a crystalline like structure inside of it basically. So that's where the energy kind of comes from, is the structure of the minerals and basically the ingredients inside of it. The structure, everything has like a frequency to it. So the way the structure is inside holds its own frequency.
Now, are diamonds a form of crystal?
Yes, they are.
Because I'm wearing diamonds, and
Yes.
I've got sapphires. I love sapphires. I'm attracted to sapphires. I'm really attracted to diamonds.
Yes, they're so
Love
beautiful.
diamonds.
Yes.
Let's see. Are there any interesting facts about crystals regarding the history of crystals?
Yes.
Like, I was thinking of Atlantis. You know that story?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Wanna tell
So
us?
I know about Atlantis. Have you heard of Lemuria?
Yes.
Okay, so I feel very strongly connected to Lemuria, and
Lemuria is more spiritual.
Yes, I actually have a Lemurian seed quartz here.
Oh my
Have you
gosh.
heard of these ones before?
No.
So these are really interesting. These have become one of my favorite crystals, and these basically, the theory behind these is that the Lemurians were a very advanced, spiritually advanced civilization, and so what they would do is they basically planted these crystals, and they have these striations on the sides of them, and so these are great for meditation. They say when you run your thumbnail across the striations in meditation, it helps you connect to the higher spiritual connections, divine insight, and so this is what they planted basically for us to use. I have a few of these at home. I feel very, very drawn to them. Now, as far as like Atlantis, they were more evolved in, like geometry, like sacred geometry, which kind of also correlates with the crystalline structure of crystals, and they use those in their technology advancements and things like that. So the difference between the two is that Lemurians used it for like spiritual awakening, healing, things like that. I believe they probably used it that way in Atlantis as well too, but they also used it more for in their infant structure and their technology advancements as well too.
They're more into physical stuff, earth stuff, rather
Yes.
than spiritual stuff.
Yes.
So they actually destroyed themselves, didn't they?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, I think the energy there just destroyed the
Yes.
planet.
Yes.
And they went into the Atlantic Ocean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I read something about that. So you're telling how crystals were formed and created.
Mm-hmm.
How are they used in healing?
So there's various ways. Sometimes you can just use it to help uplift your mood. For example, this
would definitely uplift my mood.
Yes. I keep
Quartz.
this one in my bedroom. It's just a nice thing to wake up to every morning and look at it, and the sun
Makes
shining
me feel
through.
good. Just look at it.
Yes, and if you you touch it, you can just kind of feel the energy.
Oh, I just love it.
Yeah, it's it's amazing. But certain crystals are really, really good for different types of uplifting your mood, for focusing. Sometimes you want something to focus. Fluorite's a really good one. It's also really good for communication. A few of these on the table here, like the labradorite, even the amethyst, are really, really good for like third eye, like spiritual stuff. So opening the third eye, lucid dreaming, astral traveling, things like that.
I love that. Where did this come from? Did somebody make this up, or years ago did they discover how they worked?
Honestly, I feel like it's just collective consciousness kind of waking up to this. We obviously we're drawn to them because they're beautiful, but I think that the more that we've been in the presence of crystals, it's just I feel like a lot of people have all kind of agreed on, yes, this one is definitely helping me in this aspect. This one's helping me with sleep. This one's helping me with lucid dreaming.
So when you took the classes, you learned about each crystal and what it does.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And the teacher taught it because he got that from people that, like you said, years ago.
And a lot of it is also just passed down knowledge, like ancient Egyptians, like they used a lot of crystals. They really, really liked lapis lazuli. They used it for a lot of things. So I think it's also a lot of mixture of, collective consciousness tapping into the energy that they're putting off, but also passed down education that we've gotten from ancient civilizations as well.
Do you choose your crystals or do they choose you?
You know, honestly, they oftentimes choose me. Sometimes I'll pick them out just because I'm like, oh, this one's really pretty. I need it for my collection. But a lot of times I'll have a dream about a crystal, like a very
Really?
specific, yes. And then somehow that same crystal, this is actually one of them. I had a dream about this, this labradorite once, and it showed up. You know, it showed up in my life. I have a few more at home that's happened to. I've envisioned them before, and then they come to me at some point.
I'm attracted to crystals, but I go into a shop and if they sparkle, for some reason, let's see, I said I was attracted to two. I keep getting more and more of them. I just can't help it. Vandandonite, I'm saying that right?
Yeah.
Vandandonite. And aragonite.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm attracted to them. Because they're so pretty. Of course, I love quartz. I've got lots of quartz. I've got lots of beautiful amethysts too.
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah.
Sometimes they just pull us in, you know, for some reason. They're meant to be in our life. And sometimes we don't always know exactly why, but they're meant to serve a purpose.
I guess so. And how do you care for crystals? There's a way to care for them. You have to take care of them, right?
Yes, absolutely. So, you know, say you bring home your first crystal from the store, the very first thing you want to do is cleanse it because, you know, it's been exposed to a lot of different energies. So the people that mined it, you know, they've had their hands on it, then it's been shipped around the world, it's been in the store, people have had their hands on it. So every time it passes through somebody's hand, they're leaving a little bit of an energetic handprint.
Can I interrupt you just a minute?
Yes, go ahead.
I've been to a store and it says don't touch the crystals. I guess they've been cleaned.
Yes.
They don't want you to touch them.
Or break them. Yeah.
Well, mainly because they've been cleansed.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I'm sorry, I interrupted you on the
okay.
cleansing.
So yeah, so you want to take it home and you want to cleanse it. Now there's multiple ways that you can cleanse a crystal. And some of them will work for certain crystals, some ways, you know, don't always work. I like to use like sacred smoke. So it could be smoke from an incense, or it could be like an herbal like smoke blend, as long as it's like an ethically sourced.
A smudging?
Yeah, as long as it's, you know, not like a closed practice. I know there's a few herbs and things that like are for certain cultures only, and so you have to make sure you're doing the research and getting ethically sourced ones. That will help cleanse away any sort of negativity. I feel like that's the most effective. Some people immerse them in water. Again, you have to be really careful and make sure that it's a mineral that can safely go in water. There's certain ones that will disintegrate.
Or dissolve,
you can also,
yeah.
yes, you can also use sound. So you can use like bells, chimes, sound bowls, and tuning forks, things like that.
Tuning forks, yeah.
Yeah, to cleanse the energy. And then basically you want to set your intention with the crystal as well too. So all the crystals, you know, kind of have their own purpose, but you always want to set your intention into that. So for example, like if I'm picking up a rose quartz and I want this to be for self-love, I'm going to put my intention into that. So there's a couple ways you can do it. You can just simply hold the crystal in your hands and set that intention by focusing your energy inward. Some people like to charge them underneath like the full moon. I like to see what like super moons are going to be, you know, on the schedule.
What does the moon have to do with?
So the moon has a very, very strong, when the moon is at its fullest, it has a very strong energy, which a lot of people like to put their crystals out so that it can absorb that energy and kind of charge it. So basically think of it as like charging your phone, basically. It's like you're giving it that little bit of a boost to help set your intentions, basically. So yeah, I like to set mine out, like especially like if it's like a pink super moon, this would be a really great crystal for that, because that's about, yes, it's about love, you know, self-love, confidence, things like that.
Now that you mentioned rose quartz, when I was working out at Planet Fitness, and one of the ladies there, she wanted to get pregnant, and she knew I knew a little about crystals. Said, "What's a crystal for get pregnant?" And I didn't know. She found out it's a rose quartz.
Oh yes.
Because of love.
Yes,
right?
that
rose
would make
quartz.
sense. Yep.
Yes. I'm sorry. I just thought of that.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rose quartz. It's one of my favorite ones because I think that we always need to, you know, love ourselves first before anybody else or anything else, and I feel like it really helps kind of bring that romance into ourselves. You know.
And love is a good thing anyway.
Yes.
Love can't beat love.
Yes.
And do you need to charge up a crystal, and how do you do that?
Yeah, so yeah, under the full moon, some people also use the sun as well, but that's something you have to be a little bit careful about, doing your research, making sure it's not one that's going to fade in the sun.
Oh, fade, or could it melt?
I
Probably
don't
not.
think there's any that can
No,
melt.
no.
Maybe. I don't think so.
Or
But
fade.
fading is the biggest one.
Ooh.
Rose quartz can fade very easily. Sometimes amethyst can, and sometimes these lighter ones like the citrine there can fade. So you just have to be careful
I
with
don't
that.
have this written down, but I'm curious. How come this is shaped? I mean, they shape this. It doesn't come like
Yes,
that.
yes.
What does this mean, and why is it shaped like that?
So this is called like a pillar, or sometimes people refer to them as a point. I personally really like these because you can direct the energy to certain areas on your body. So for example, like, you know, if you were wanting to do this for your third eye, this is not a third eye crystal, but I'm just using an example, you can point it to your third eye. You know, this is great for healing. This is a golden healer. This is great for pointing to certain areas on your body if you want to direct that healing. So I really, really like points. I have a ton of points at home. Also, spheres are really, really great because they're kind of like basically a generator. They kind of emit energy all around them. So, you know, if you want
I
like
never thought of
cleansing.
getting a sphere. I never thought about that.
Cleansing, they're great for that because it's just kind of all around.
Is this like a crystal ball? Can you see stuff in it? Oh, look at all the stuff in it. We'll have to do a show where you come with your crystal ball and we'll see something.
Yes.
That'll be really fun.
Yes.
So they do amplify, can be good or bad. Oh, I did the story of Atlantis already. Can crystals help a person evolve in a spiritual sense?
Oh yes, definitely. I feel like they have really helped me evolve as well, you know, on my spiritual journey, because it really just helps amplify the energies that I'm wanting to manifest in my life. You know, I'm a huge manifester. I fully 100% believe in manifestations. I feel like crystals really just help amplify whatever it is that I'm trying to increase in my life. So for me, I'm trying to be the most spiritual person I can be, you know, and so I tend to go to crystals that can help me get to that point.
What's the best crystal for manifesting?
Ooh, honestly, there's a lot of really good ones. It kind of depends on what it is that you're trying to manifest. A good general crystal would just be a quartz crystal. You can kind of, you know, charge that to whatever it is that you're wanting to. But each one is going to be really, really good for different things. Like we've got citrine here. That is a great one for people who are trying to manifest money or abundance in their life. It's really, really tied to that. So it really depends, honestly, on what it is that you're trying to manifest.
Pick up this one. That one's interesting. No, this. Yeah, what's that?
So this is a selenionite. It's like a sword, basically. But this is really, really good to, now what I use this for, when I'm doing Reiki, to cut energetic cords. So if people are still holding space for, you know, something in their life that's no longer serving them and it's really affecting them, like, you know, maybe you're holding on to an ex, you know, that you're never going to go back to that ex, but you're still thinking about that ex or whatever. This will help energetically sever that energetic cord. This is such a high vibrational crystal. It's just really good to bring healing to people.
That's selenite, right? So
yes.
High vibrational
yes.
crystals. Can you use crystals for guidance?
Yes, absolutely. You know, you can use them to connect to your spirit guides. Kind of what I do with the crystal ball, you know, I usually connect with spirit guides through the crystal ball. And so that helps bring guidance to myself and others.
And you can use it for protection?
Yes, so protection is really, really important. You know, oftentimes we go to the store, we're surrounded by a lot of different energies around us.
Sure are.
So it's really good to have some sort of protective stone on you, whether you carry it in your pocket, you have a bracelet.
I always keep this around my neck, these two.
Yes.
Are these two good ones for protecting myself?
Yes, those are really good. You have like a duality there, so you have protection and cleansing there, so that's a really good. And then if you wear crystal bracelets, it's really good to do it on your right hand because that's the hand of protection.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Right hand, okay.
Yes.
Got to write this down. Right hand of protection. Because I have a one that has I think shungite on it to protect me or something.
Yes.
Right-hand protection.
Yeah, and I also like to use crystals. I also do like paranormal investigations every once in a while as well too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I use like protective crystals when I enter an active area.
Paranormal is where you go in and you see if there's haunted. And
yes, I do ghost huntings as well.
Oh, do you clear energies out of houses?
Yes, I have.
Energy?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Well, we'll have your information up at the end, so if people want to get a hold of you to clear houses and stuff.
Yes.
So, and also for we talked about manifesting. Anything else you can use crystals for? Guidance, protection, meditation, manifesting?
I mean, there's so many uses for crystals. I mean, honestly, the sky is really the limit. You know, a lot of people are drawn to them for various reasons. You know, for me, what really drew me in is that they're beautiful and that they make me feel good. You know?
Yeah, I like the sparkly ones. I don't know why. I prefer, I mean, these are beautiful too. These are nice. But I like this ones that sparkle.
Yes.
I mean, these are tumbled, aren't they? These have been tumbled?
They are tumbled, yes. And so there's also a little bit of a debate whether tumbled or raw stones are better. I personally
really?
am drawn to either one. Some people like the rawness of, a nature stone, but, honestly, sometimes these tumbled stones are really nice. Like these are some palm stones. Those are really great when you're anxious to just kind of fidget with.
Does it feel good? Hold it in your palm?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
And that one that you're holding, that's called hypersthene, which is a really, really pretty one. That's really good for bringing luck. I mean, it's a good, yes, it's a good one for protection, but I have heard, I don't know if this is true, but casinos actually ban them because they're so lucky. So.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I've heard.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I have a crystal and it says it helps you find lost things, and I've been asking it. I've got 2 things I want to find it. It hasn't helped me yet.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it takes a little while. You have to build that connection with your stone.
Yeah.
When I started to learn to read the crystal ball, it took me a while before I actually felt that connection, and it was actually helping me with anything. So, yeah, it's about spending time meditating and just really getting to know your crystal and having kind of that personal connection.
Do crystals have a consciousness?
I feel like
That's a hard question.
It is. I feel like honestly everything has a bit of a consciousness.
Yeah.
I will say that crystals, I really do feel like they do have a consciousness. I can't say certain words, but I do feel like yes.
Yeah.
I do feel like yes, they do. And I also have to add in, I feel like they oftentimes have their own personalities too, I've noticed.
Really?
Yes.
How so?
Well, I feel like, for example, not all amethysts act the same. I have different ones and they all kind of put off different vibes at times, and
How can you tell when you touch them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I, at first, it's very subtle, but the more that you get used to it and you pick them up and you handle them and you work with them, you start to really feel the personality shifts between the 2 of them.
I'm going to have to start. I've got about 200 crystals or more in my house, but I don't know what to do with them. I just like them. I like them. I guess visually they really attract me.
Yeah.
But I want to use them like you do.
Yes.
I mean, it might as well. It's like having food and not eating it, right?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, it's all about spending time with them, getting to know them, and, finding what really draws you in. And I just feel like there's really no limit. You just keep learning. There's so many more crystals. There's even more crystals being discovered,
Are there?
Yeah. So
now you brought this. Can you explain this? I'll let you have it.
Yeah, so that's a pendulum.
Oh, it's so pretty. Look at it.
Yeah, so that's a pendulum. This is obsidian in there. And so I also do like pendulum dowsing as well. So I have a few different ones at home. And, again, they have different personalities, but you can use a pendulum board or you can ask like simple yes, no questions with this. And the pendulum will start moving, basically, it's energy. You are like the conductor of the energy, basically.
And that's a crystal. Which crystal is that?
This is, I just blanked.
Shungite?
No, I just said it. I just blanked. Obsidian.
Obsidian. That's okay. There's so many names.
This is obsidian, yeah. And it's a really good protective stone as well. And so this one's programmed to answer like yes, no questions. So the way I've programmed it is that it will swing away from me when it's a yes, and it'll swing side to side when it's a no.
Oh, it's not go one way or the other. Okay,
yeah, so
you tell it.
Yeah, so basically what I do when I'm going to ask it a question, I'm going to say, is my name Autumn? And you'll see the subtle movement. And then I'll ask it to stop. So basically it's a conductor as well, just like the other crystals, but
You've got one around your neck.
Yeah, so this is a rose quartz. I've had this a while. Rose quartz is one of my favorite crystals. Actually, it was the first crystal I ever bought. I was 5 years old when I went to a fair, and I begged my mom for a rose quartz, and she got me one. So it's always been kind of a favorite crystal of mine.
But that's not the one you got.
This isn't the one, no. I did leave that one at home because it's special to me, but I really feel a strong connection. It's also wrapped in copper, which copper is a really good conductor. So a lot of times you'll see crystal jewelry and it's wrapped in copper, and it's not just because they felt like it actually has a purpose. So copper is a really, really good conductor of energy. So it helps amplify the energy that the crystal is putting off.
Now there's grids that you put crystals on too, right?
Yes. So there's different grids you can do. Basically, it's
I've got pictures of two.
Yeah.
I don't think you can really see it though. Flower of Life, and the other one's something else. but they're grids.
Yeah. So you can put crystals in different grids.
Seed of life and flower of life.
Yeah, and so basically it's like an energy generator in a way, basically. So, you can use different crystals. You can use the same crystal for whatever kind of healing that you're trying to manifest, or any kind of energy that you're trying to manifest. You can put it in that grid, and it basically is a powerhouse.
Oh, really?
Yes. So it kind of falls into sacred geometry as well, or you can just kind of do a random grid. It's entirely
What is a grid
up to
made
you.
of?
A grid is made of different types of crystals lined up, basically to generate the energy.
Or could it be made of wood or can it
Oh, yeah. So I usually just kind of freeform mine. So I'll place my crystals, in a grid. I usually don't have like a base that I like follow. But there also is, you can find selenite that's kind of been engraved. And so you can put your crystals on that selenite, and it's in a grid. And it just really amplifies that energy with selenite.
I think I made one out of wood one time, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And also I have a selenite heart. You can put stuff in it
Oh, nice. Yes.
to cleanse them, right?
Yes.
I've got some pyrite in my
Yes.
selenite.
Did you know you can also put jewelry in there to cleanse as well too?
No.
Yeah. So your rings, your necklaces, earrings, even if they're just metal, you can put that in the selenite, and that'll help cleanse it, because metal is also a conductor. So when you're out and about on your day, you're picking up energies, and you can drop them in there, and it'll cleanse it of that energy.
Since you're picking up people's energy, is there a crystal you can use to keep your energy clear or clean?
Yeah. So going back to the selenite, that's a great one.
I wear mine all the time, so should I be protected? Maybe?
Yes, absolutely. Yep, that's a good one.
Shungite.
Yes.
So these two are good to keep.
Yeah, and so with darker stones like shungite or the obsidian, or we've got smoky quartz here as well, is that they really draw in any sort of like negative energy that's around you, or just not so great energy, and it helps transmute it.
Oh, nice.
So think of it as like a sponge, like a spiritual sponge. It absorbs it. You do have to cleanse those ones pretty often though, because they're doing a lot of work. So especially these like darker
But I don't
crystals.
have to cleanse the selenite.
You don't have to cleanse that, and the fact that those two are hanging together, that's good, because they're kind of working together. So
yeah, this one actually, the selenite broke on me. My husband glued it together. I hope that's okay.
Yeah. So sometimes when crystals break, that can also mean something as well too. So depending on the crystal and how it broke, sometimes it means that, the work is done, it did everything it could, and it shatters. So if you have for example, the smoky quartz, if it were to one day just crack and break open, that would tell me that it worked really, really hard to remove something, negative in my life. Like maybe there was just negative energy that I had picked up on, and it worked really hard to cleanse that, and then it snapped.
I'm trying to raise my vibration. I don't feel like I've gotten it up there yet, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, I used to just wear one or the other, and after that broke, and I put them together. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, tell us a little bit about this ball here, because this is really interesting.
Yeah, so that's a clear crystal quartz. It does have some rainbow inclusions in it, but the light has to be hitting it just right. You might be able to see a few in there.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, so that's a sphere. It's a very large one. You don't see them that large very often. I use it for crystal scrying, but I also just...
What's crystal scrying?
Crystal scrying is when you stare into a crystal, basically, and you get kind of into a trance in a way. Some people experience a fog kind of going over the crystal. Other people don't. Some people just stare at the inclusions here. I kind of go in and out. I see either one. But you basically get symbols and messages from spirit guides, angels.
Wow. Can you read a crystal ball? We'll have to have you come back and we'll do a crystal ball.
Absolutely.
And have you read it.
Yes, yes. And you can use a lot of different crystals. It doesn't have to be clear quartz. Clear quartz is a really good one for looking through it.
I like you have a light under it. You'll have to bring this back and we'll do a crystal ball reading.
I've even used this smoky quartz for readings too. This was actually one of the first ones that I used. Believe it or not, it actually worked really well, even though it's a darker crystal.
Well, we'll bring a few of them and we'll read them. You've got a little tiny baby in there.
Yep, that's a crackle quartz. That's what I actually got from Mark. It's a beautiful little crackle quartz. I love the...
Where'd you get it from?
Mark from Visions Rock Shop in Lincoln City.
In Lincoln City, yes, he's very nice.
He is, yeah.
He told me about you, I'm so glad.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Thanks. Do you want it? wrap it up with anything do you want to say before we end?
Well, crystals are for everybody.
Love
You
'em.
know, everybody can benefit from them, you know, whether you're using them for spiritual guidance, enlightenment, they're for everybody. They
And
really
they're
are.
beautiful.
They
I don't
are.
know why anybody would
Yes.
want. Well, thank you, Autumn, very much for bringing your crystals and for talking about crystals and crystal healing.
Well, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. And I want to thank you, viewing audience, for seeing another edition of Parapsychology Today. We hope to see you again soon. Come back. Bye-bye.